We're here at Aki-con, and while he wishes to remain anonymous, he's asked to speak with us and to share his experiences. Because you've been to a lot of cons before, and you've interacted with a lot of people also on the internet. And could you share some of the experiences that you've had with these types of people?
It's just the same story, the same awkwardness every fucking time. And I'm tired of it.
Who are these groups of people that you're speaking about?
I'm talking about these furries. I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all. But if they're touching me, there's a problem. They shouldn't be touching me. And these furries are touching me. The ones that are in this full-fledged costume, you can't see anything of them except the furriness. And it's just, I can't handle it anymore.
And especially these people in the full costume now, because especially even today, you've interacted with some of these people again, and like you said before, they sort of say the same things. What's sort of the structure of the conversations that you have? Like, what do they say that you have seen repeatedly?
And then again, just the same thing. Like, this one came up to me and just asked the same question, and it's just obvious questions, the same thing, and I can't get it out of my head because the next one will say the same exact thing. And
What do they say to you?
They
take your time.
They just say whatever's obvious. Like, they just come up to you and just ask you questions that are obvious that they don't even need to say, like, what costume are you wearing? Oh yeah, haha, I know. And just every little thing, and then they talk about themselves, but it's the same story. Like, oh, okay, now since we talked about you for like 1 second, let me talk about my whole fucking furry experience.
And so, and you say specifically the furry experience. Like, do they talk about anything other than what's associated with their furriness?
They're just talking about their costume and how they handmade it. And I didn't handmake my costume. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And also, and these people now, they have some, like, they interact with other people, but is there a certain way that they mention other people as well?
No, except their families, their furry families. Like, they all have a sister, and she says that one's fat. Like, her sister is fat. But no, that's not a real sister. It's her furry sister. She doesn't have a real sister. That's her sister in Furryland, apparently.
And are these, and that's one thing now, are a lot of these people, do they not have siblings? Would you say a lot of them, you found out, are single children?
I don't care. I don't know.
I understand. And again, because I mean, obviously, and you said this, like, you've been around this a lot. Like, how far back does this go?
Back when I was 8 on MIRC in the 90s. Way back.
Yeah, that's a long time. That's, over a decade. And so you're saying that these, even a decade later, you're still finding the different people saying and acting the same way. Is that correct?
Yes.
Amazing. And do you know, have you seen them, like, grow out of this? Have you ever seen them change?
No, they'll keep doing it. I mean, they're young, they'll start out with just the tail, and then that's fine. Then suddenly they'll get ears. Then they'll just put on, like, a little tiny costume. Oh, and then their head's gone. They have, like, a big giant furry head. The whole body is just furry. Like, that's it. And then they'll do it until they're like 50.
It never stops, you're saying?
It's going and going.
It's amazing. And just especially the length that you've had to put up with this. Now, today, what are your feelings on this?
Just burn it down.
Burn what down?
the conventions.
I mean, that's drastic. I mean, these are human beings, and you just
Not them. Just the buildings. Then they have nowhere else to go because out in the public it's awkward as fuck. And they won't even go there. If you just get rid of the conventions, that's it. It'll fix their social problems. They can have a real social life with real people. Not these fucking costumes.
and that's something interesting too. Is that these people, like you're saying, that if they didn't have a place to wear these costumes, they wouldn't be acting like this. That somehow is it them being in the costume possibly affecting them?
Yes.
Amazing. And so, do you understand? Is there any sort of correlation again between like how they act in normal society now and when they're in the costume?
All I know is they should stop talking to me.
Or we should burn, or the convention centers may be damaged.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I understand, sir. Thank you for the time that you've given us already.